were insane asylums originally created to lock up the survivors of the Tartarian Empire who wouldn't keep their mouths shut about what they remember. Do me a favor, whether you think I'm absolutely out of my mind or you think that I might be onto something. Take a drive around town. I want you to critically observe your skyline. Pick out the churches and the banks and the state capitals. Then I want you to compare those buildings to every other building in your city. You will notice two extremely different types of architecture. If after doing this you realize something strange is going on here, I want you to do me one more favor and find out how old those buildings are. Then I want you to compare them to the archaeological evidence of ancient Greece, Rome, and Egypt. Chances are at this point you're going to be questioning everything you were ever told about our history. So go ahead and look up Tartarian technology, because now your mind's going to be absolutely blown. Human beings used to be a part of an incredibly beautiful and advanced civilization, but we were invaded, and there are multiple historical accounts that show that this is exactly what happened. The siege of our civilization was a global, if not cosmic, event. The entire civilization was destroyed, leaving only the strongest buildings standing. Here is one of those buildings, the Museum of Fine Arts in San Francisco. I've been to these ancient Atlantean structures, and trust me, even though this photo is absolutely beautiful, you have no idea how incredible this building is, or how large it is. Let me give you an idea. See me over here by the column? Hey, that's about as tall as a human being is in comparison to this massive building. We did not have the technology to build such structures 100 years ago. An 18th century German writer, Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, once said that music is liquid architecture and architecture is frozen music. You might have already come to the realization that he was not talking about modern times. Does this look like frozen music to you? Or does it look like a prison? So back to these insane asylums. What happens every time you question the mainstream narrative? They have a lot of names that they'll call you, but probably the nastiest and most dangerous one is crazy. How many people sit inside insane asylums today simply for having an opinion that goes against the mainstream narrative? Or how many times have you walked into a counselor, psychologist, or therapist office to tell them you were having a bad day and just needed somebody to talk to, and they tried to give you a pill that altered your brain chemistry? There are many accounts of individuals back then looking at these buildings, looking completely confused, distraught, traumatized, telling very strange stories of a time past where human beings were like the gods. Allegedly, these people were thrown in the wacky bin because they were saying too much. We used to be Atlantis. We were invaded by an alien hybrid species, and the evidence is mounting to prove